still got the Christmas lights up. $2021. What a fucking year, right? And you thought we were going to go out of 2021 on a whimper? Betty White's old ass croaks almost made it to 2022. And almost made it to see 100. You believe that? I often think about what the appropriate age is. Happy New Year, bitches! What the appropriate age is to croak 80. I don't know if I'd want to live to 100. In the past week, we've seen this stuff with this Goldman character. Revelations about him sticking things up himself for money. Now getting people yeeted off the net. I bet he thought he was cruising into 2022 up until the past week or two. AOC's stupid ass out in Florida got called out by DeSantis. They're showing up at the Free State. No mask. Hypocrites, I tell ya. The Delta Karen out here trying to fight some old man on a plane. Of course, his ass shouldn't have stuck his nose in it to begin with. Most likely. So he bears some responsibility, but the chick's obviously got issues. Oh man. Like I said, you think that 2021 is going to go out with a bang, or rather go out with a whimper, I should say. There's always some bullshit going on somewhere. I just told you. Across this country, there's always going to be some bullshit going on. You know, when I was going to, actually coming from the post office, this was Thursday. Actually, no, it was Friday morning. Told the woman, she held the door for me, I was carrying out some boxes. She said Happy New Year and everything, and no, I said Happy New Year to her first, and then she said the same. She said hopefully it's better than 2021, but I told her it's what you make of it. I said not to be some raw fucker, because I'm not that guy. Definitely not that guy. But it's the reality, you know. A lot of things we can control, and some things we can't, right? Jobs forcing us to do certain things, mandates. Forced, you know, being a strong word. I mean, there's always opposition to that, but the repercussions can come from that. They can impact people's families, like Brian Kelly would say. I'm not going to begrudge somebody for doing what they have to do to keep putting food on the table, but you all know it's one of those situations where you give an inch and they're going to keep taking and taking and taking. But we're not going to get too deep into the woods on that one. I told my phone. That's happened, so it's working me. But it's true. I think a lot of you know that it's reality. It's what you make of it in a lot of ways. So I hope a lot of you were able to take the lessons from 2021 and 2020 and kind of bring that forward into 2022. You know, it's a thing that just because the day changes, the calendar flips, I should say, it doesn't magically change things. And before I go off on that rant, this quick story. When I was driving to the relatives for Christmas, I ended up switching lanes and getting a little too close to the car in the lane I pulled into. It happens, you know, I didn't see the car. I didn't know he was going that slow. I was trying to get around the other car, drive a little faster, try to get to my destination. Got too close to the car, admittingly. And so the guy was like kept smashing on his brakes, and it's like people take stuff personally that wasn't meant to be personal. It's not like it was this situation where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna roll up on this dude and try to, like, you know, bully him into going faster out of the way. But people take shit like that, and so hopefully, like I've talked about in videos in the past, don't ever take shit like that. Ignore people when you're on the road. So eventually I ended up switching lanes, going by, and then I could see him in his rear view, in my rear view I should say. Dude's flashing his brights at me in the daytime, and it's like, dude, like, you really don't want none of the sauce. And I'm not out here trying to fight anybody anyway. What other people have going on doesn't matter to me. I've got my own stuff going on. People trying to take stuff personally. So there were points where traffic would slow down and he would pull up alongside and he'd be looking out the window. You know, I was driving, I had my wife next to me. And he's on my right, in the lane to my right. And I'll be sitting there talking to her about something, and I'm looking her direction, and I could see him like swinging his fist out the window like an idiot. And I don't pay him any mind, you know, but I can see out of the corner of my eye. And he's an old guy. He's like 65. He's got gray hair. And I was sitting there. I was thinking it through, because he did it a couple times. And I was thinking, what if we stopped? What was he really going to do? Being that age, you know, I'm not saying just because he's old that he'd get dropped, but what's the point of that aggression? And this is Christmas Day that this happened, and he was alone in his car. I just kind of chalked it up to, he was alone in this car at 65. Who the fuck knows what happened in his life? Maybe his wife died at some point. You know, he was single, perhaps, didn't have anywhere to go, no friends, no family. So that's how I thought about it. I didn't think about it in any way like, F this guy. But it's just one of those things. When we got to the point where traffic was slowing more, though, and he would end up being next to us and having to slow down and stop, and then he hung back. And that tells you all you need to know. When he's in his car moving, he thinks he's safe. But when he has to pull up next to me, then he hangs back. And like I said, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I wouldn't have paid any attention to him. I would be out there trying to fight some idiot. But ultimately, though, I wanted to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Hopefully you all had a Merry Christmas. When you think that, and getting back to my thing earlier, when you think that there isn't going to be any more craziness out there, it just, this past week, 10 days, just shows you, like, it's holidays, things should be slowing down, but you still got motherfuckers out here acting a fool, acting stupid, giving us a ton to talk about. And the thing about stupid people is, they're not going to give up. They're never seemingly going to change. The stupidity is never going to change. You might think things, let's say specifically like cultural war stuff. You might get a W, say a woke movie gets bashed, or some woke actor gets canceled and gets a dose of their own medicine. You know, actually, I heard they had some poll in Britain, they were running, a newspaper was running it, and J.K. Rowling was ended up being their person of the year, which this publication was left wing. It was the Guardian, and so they canceled the poll. So not so much on the cancel note, but this people behaving stupidly, that's never going to end. Like I said, you might think you're having a temporary W in the culture war. Your side got a W, you know, Rittenhouse verdict, for instance. Right? But the stupid people are going to keep being stupid. Right? People trying to cancel Christmas and New Year's, but at the same time, you know, they're going to be out there with large gatherings of family as well, like telling you not to. So it's a never-ending battle, I would say. But I would say don't be deterred by that stuff. Keep it moving forward. Stay positive. Keep doing your thing and keep doing what you can do. Just every day making sure you don't let these bullshit motherfuckers out here impact your life in any way. That's all I would wish for anybody. We got a lot of light going on over here, but no noise. Come on, I'm waiting for like a grand finale somewhere. But anyway, once again, just wanted to wish all of you a Happy New Year and a late Merry Christmas. Hopefully you all are spending time with family, relaxing, and setting some good New Year's resolutions headed into 2022. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching and be well. And stay off the damn roads if you're drunk. All right, take care, everybody. Be safe, huh?